Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो हमारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complete level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Advayam Chadvaya Bhasam Manaswapnena Samshayaha, Advayam Chadvaya Bhasam Tatha Jagranna Samshayaha. The duality is the expression of consciousness, Chaitanya, where objectivity is predominant. In fact, it is consciousness alone expressing. But because of the upadhi, the conditioning, the consciousness as if gets divided into the knower and the known. And therefore, the mind, manaha swapnena samshayaha. The mind is creating the duality, the world. Now the same mind, there are not two minds, there is only one mind. The same mind, when becomes identified with the gross body, it is a waking experience. It's a very subtle thought, be attentive. When the mind gets identified with the gross body, it is a waking experience. When the same mind gets identified with the modifications of the mind, not with the body, then the dream world begins. It is not that the dream is only in the dream. Even daydreaming also goes on. See? Therefore, one aspect we take it as an illusion. Dreams are illusions. And what is the instrument through which dreams are experienced through the mind? It is the same mind through which we experience the waking experiences, but they we take very serious. See? Either accept the dreams as real or don't accept the waking experience as real. And therefore, one has to be convinced of this. If we are not convinced, then we will not be able to work on it. So, Rajju Sarpena Sarpe Iva Paramarthataha Atma Rupena Advayam Sadvaya Bhasam Manaha Swapnena Samshayaha. So, like the rope is the substratum on which the snake is superimposed. In the same manner, the pure conscious existence is the substratum on which the mind is superimposed. And then whatever is perceived through the mind, we start taking it as real, and as a result, substratum is covered. Now this statement you have heard. But have we really been convinced of this? Can we experience it in our life? See. Grammatically we have understood. But do we have that experience of what is said? So let us work on it. Vision is superimposed by the varieties of colors and forms. And the varieties of colors and forms, they are supported by the vision. So between the two, the substratum, the vision, and colors and forms, the superimpose. Where is our attention? Our attention is on colors and forms. So colors and forms are covering the substratum, the vision. See, now we have only given importance to colors and forms, and because of that, the vision is covered. For the first time, when we go to the doctor and tell, come on, these days I am not able to read properly. So the doctor gives us something to read. Read this thing. So that time our attention is not on what is printed. Our attention is on our vision. See? So what will be the meaning of this statement that we have to practice in our life? Drop the objectivity, come to the subject. So drop the objects, come to the sense organs. How it can be done? I am only talking, but is it happening? How it can be done? When we are no more obsessed, influenced by the presence and absence of things and beings around us, then we have migrated from the periphery of our personality towards the center of our personality. So we drop the objects and we come to the sense organs. Now, how do we drop the objects? We have given importance to something. So we have to devalue that. Nobody can do it for us. If we have given importance, never mind. But now it is your responsibility to devalue that. In this manner, when we start not getting influenced by the worldly things, we come to the sense organs. Now, second step, we are no more enslaved by the itch of the sense organs. Itch means khujli. See? Unless I get that particular thing, I cannot eat. So what happened? Khujli ho gayi. So we must not be the slaves of our sense organs. Then we come to the mind. See? So the mind. Now mind is under the influence of personal likes and dislikes, which has no logic. So what is the next step? Let the likes and dislikes do not influence us. Then what should be done? What is right and wrong should be the criteria of life. I like this, I don't like this. That is not right. Not prayer, but shreya. What is good for us? See? So we have migrated from the mind, we have come to the I principle. Vijnanamaya kosha. See? Now when this Vijnanamaya kosha we have reached, then there again the problem begins. I am not like others. We start evaluation comparisons. And those who are professional satsangi, they abuse others spiritually. Can you imagine this? Spiritual abuse. In Vrindavan, this happened. One lady came and it was my mistake. I asked her, how are you? How is everybody at home? I should not have asked. But galti ho jati hai. I asked her. She started abusing. My son is tamasic. See, spiritual abuse. Tamogudi hai. Husband, he is rajasic. He doesn't have time for anything. All the time work, work, work. Two abuses, spiritual abuses. Then I didn't ask, how about you? But Swamiji, but I am Satvik. Hare Krishna. I. And therefore, once we understand these things, then only we will come to know this whole thing is nothing but the play of mind. Mano drishyamidam dvaitam yatkinchit sacharacharam manaso hi amani bhave dvaitam naivopalabhyate. So therefore, idam sarvam dvaitam mano drishyam is only the play of mind. Yatkinchit sacharacharam, the sentient and inert, both are the projections of the mind. See? Like in our dream, we don't see only the inert objects. We also see, experience the living beings. So both the aspects, sacharacharam, the sentient and the inert, both are only the projection by the mind. Mano drishyamidam dvaitam. And manaso hi amani bhave. And if the mind is quietened, it is no more a mind, amani bhave. So the problems are to the husband. So now the husband has to get out of the problem. So what he has to do? He has to unbecome the husband. Now how to unbecome husband? Divorce? No. Take running here and there? No. See? Only understand. All the problems are because of incomplete understanding. See? Therefore, manasahi amani bhave. So when the mind disappears, when the mind is no more mind, then dvaitam naivopalabhyate, there is no duality. Now this is the statement. Now start analyzing in your own experience. That which is not included in our mind is not an issue for us. The issue begins when something is included in our mind. Now that corona is included in your mind. So immediately the filters are put. Till yesterday there was no problem. Now tomorrow on there will be more. Here also the chairs are kept like this. It is not by mistake. It is to keep the distance between the two. But the people will do it and sit over there. Manasohi amani bhave. See, friends. Therefore, manasohi amani bhave. So what should be the spiritual practice? Kill the mind. Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi. Pranabandhanat liyate manaha. Eka chintanat nashametyadaha. When you practice pranayam, by the force and practice of pranayam, the mind is temporarily quietened. See? Like when the teacher is in the class, the children are quiet. And they are just waiting, let the teacher go and show you. Let her go. See? In the same manner, as long as the curfew of pranayama is on, the mind appears to be quiet. So pranabandhanat lina manasam. Then eka chintanat. Now simply quietening the mind is not the control of the mind. Engage that mind for eka chintan. What is that one without a second? Now see, one without a second is only infinite. Now work on infinite. What is infinite? Find out. Don't go, God is infinite. Forget about him. Protect him from yourself. What is infinite? So we come to know all the objects, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, they are all finite. So what will be infinite? Their absence. Words are finite. Ram began, remained, ends. Krishna begins, remains, ends. But the silence is uncreated and therefore infinite. So make absence as the object of knowledge. But absence is not an object. Then absence of what? So absence of the world. Now what is the world? World is Nama Rupatmak Jagat, name and the form. So make the either the name or the form and their absence as the object of knowledge. Eka Chintanan. So if you take the name aspect of the world, then expose yourself to the silence. This is what we tell you, listen to silence. The silence cannot be heard by the ears. Ears can hear only the sounds. Then how do we listen to silence? Listening to silence means not getting influenced by sounds. Externally, we might have dropped the sounds, but inside, the poultry farm is still running. Therefore, two things together. One, don't create sounds, meaning do not talk to yourself. And external, listen to silence. So you are erasing one object, one aspect of the world, the sounds, shabda. Duality over. When there are sounds, oh, it is melodious, it is not good, it is too noisy. Why people are making so much of noise? Why they can't remain quiet? Samsara begins. But when the presence and absence of sounds have no impact on us, and because there is no impact on us, we don't react. Therefore, देखो सुनो मत बोलो. So tell me what sadhana you want to do. Therefore, manaso hi amani bhave dvaitam naivopalabhyate. Now, how this amani bhava we have to attain is also a very important topic. Atma satyanubodhena na sankalpayate yada amanastam tada yati grahya bhave tadagraham. See? Atma eva satyam. Atma satyam. Mrittikavat vacharambhanam vikaro namadheyam mrittika eva iti satyam. See? Atma eva satya. That Atma, the self alone, is the reality, the truth. Example from the Mandukyopanishad. Vacharambhanam vikaro namadheyam. All the vikar, the cup, the saucer, etc., they are the modifications of the clay. But mritika eva satyam. But the clay is the reality, not the name and the form. In the same manner, tasya shastra acharya upadesha anvabodaha atma satyanubodaha tena sankalpa abhavataya na sankalpayate. See, when this will happen? When Shastra, Acharya, Upadesha, Anvabodha. This will not just happen like that, drinks and drugs. Tad Vijnanartham Gurumeva Abhigachet Samit Panihi Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. See, years and years are spent by the Mahatmas. It's not that they are mad. No, they are mad. Then only they can do this thing. See, you have to be mad after the truth. And how it is done? Shastra Acharya Upadesha. Never study scriptures on your own. Listen to Satsanga. Shravan is said in Vedanta. Shravan, Manan, Nidhi, Dhyasanam. Reading is not said. Patanam is not said. Shravan. See? So, Shastra Acharya Upadesha. When we have thus attended the satsang, and then slowly, the wrong notions are being erased and the truth is slowly being revealed. And how do we know we are going in the right direction or not? The people around us start seeing the change in us. Earlier, we are barking on everything, competing with the dog. But now we are cool and calm and quiet. And the people are surprised. क्या हो गया आजकल बड़े शांत हो गए? See, reactions reduce. See, this I am telling you from one of my amma. She asked me, coming from a very rich family, and asked me, Swamiji, tell me what I should do. I said, do whatever you like. No, I am thinking that I'll go to some ashram and do seva. So I started laughing. I said, why are you? She said, why are you laughing? I said, when there is a joke, you have to laugh. She said, what is the joke here? I said, joke is you and do seva. In your whole life, you have not lifted a glass of water. For that, you have got a servant. Hey, pani pila. So the servant comes in. Udhar rak diya, yahan rak. That kind of you want to go to ashram and do seva. There you will order, Ganesh ji, ठीक से आशीर्वाद दो. See, you cannot do seva. Whole life you have taken seva. You cannot do. Swamiji, don't make fun of me. I said, there is no need. Then what should I do? Then I gave her this technique. I said, you are listening satsang, take any series, listen, write down, listen, write down, and see what difference it comes. She did it for about 5-6 months. And when I happened to go to their house, the servants came and told me, Swamiji, Mamaji has changed so much. She didn't know she has changed. But the effects indicate. Now she is not becoming angry on every issue. She is not shouting at anybody. The changes come in us. Therefore, Shastra Acharya Upadesha, when you thus focus your attention completely, fully, it's not like going to a Rotary Club or a Lions Club. See, spiritual life is not a part-time profession. It is a full-time preoccupation. See? Therefore, Shastra Acharya Upadesha Anubhavananda, that understanding, that experience, which we are able to have as a result of the instruction given by the Acharya, like you get it every now and then. Like I just now told you, make silence as the object of your experience. So external words, no influence. Internally, no words are produced. Therefore, listen to silence and don't talk to yourself. This is Atma Satyanubodha. Tena sankalpa abhavataya na sankalpayate. And therefore, there is no sankalpa, no vikalpa. In being, there is no otherness. Without otherness, there cannot be thoughts. Eyes can see every color and form. Eyes cannot see themselves. See, my friends, in the same manner, mind can think about others. But when there is no others, what the mind will think about? Therefore, न sankalpe dahya bhave jwalanam iva agnehe. If there is nothing to burn, the fire will be quiet. If there is nothing to see, if the objectivity is 100% devalued, no thoughts. Then what happens to the mind? Amani bhava. The mind is no more a mind. It is pure Chaitanya. So, yada tasmin kale amana tas amano bhava yati. Now, because there is no objectivity, mind cannot survive without objectivity. This principle, please hold firmly. The consciousness and mind both are knowledge. But the knowledge with the objectivity is called as mind. The knowledge without objectivity is called as consciousness. See? The man with the wife is called as husband. See? The husband without the wife cannot be called as husband. He is man. Therefore, akalpa kamajam jnanam neya bhinnam prachakshate brahma jneyamajam nityam ajena ajam vibuddhate. See? So, akalpakam ajam jnanam. So, this knowledge is not created. Ajam, unborn. Akalpakam. There are no thoughts. There is no kalpana. See? Like when we think about Bhagavan Krishna. So, we do kalpana according to our ability. But when you come to your own self, no thoughts are required. Now, just every moment you can experience this truth as your own being. And that is why one of the spiritual practices, keep your mouth shut. We can keep our mouth shut only if our mind is shut. And simply not that. Mouth shut, mind shut. Mind expresses as words. Where words are created, samsara begins. See? This is akalpam, akalpakam, ajam jnanam. It's not a kalpana. I understood it is so beautiful, it is so important. No, 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 no. You cannot compare it. Anupameya. It is like this, like that. No. That time it was good. Today it is not. No. It's only in the utter present. And therefore, the neya abhinnam prachakshate. So this knowledge itself is Brahman. Neya abhinnam prachakshate. This is how the wise people tell. See? Therefore, akalpakam ajam jnanam neya abhinnam prachakshate. Brahmadneyam ajam nityam. And what is this? Neya abhinnam jnanam brahma neyam. Neyam, worthy of knowing. So when the mind is focused on the absence of objectivity, it will not become subjective. Because subjectivity and objectivity, they are opposed to each other. The truth is beyond subject-object. See? Therefore, Brahma Jneyam Ajam Nityam. And then, who will know this truth? Ajena Ajam Vibudhyate. Meaning what? In this experience, there is no experiencer born. Therefore, this notion, who realizes? Nobody realizes. Why go to realization? Come to your sleep. Who sleeps? Just so quick it happens. How much time, energy will it take for the husband to become a man? Zero. Exactly the same way. Papoham, papa karmaham. I don't know why my karma are bad. Suffer. You are born to suffer. Suffer. Don't get carried away by that. See? There is one text in our Corona festival. I have spoken on that. If you get time, again listen to that. It is um, Paramamrita by the great seeker, a great Mahatma who was before Sant Jnaneshwar, Mukundaraj Nath. He belonged to the Nath Sampradaya. Listen to that. There he writes so boldly. See? Don't get carried away by all this rubbish. If you have to listen, listen only to this Vedanta Shastra. The rest of the things are okay enough. Don't get lost in that. See? So, Brahmajneyam ajam nityam ajena ajam vibuddhate. Meaning what? The truth is known by itself. Now, is it not our direct experience? I know myself. So, I and the knower, they are not two. Do I know myself through the sense organs? I think I am there. Or do I leak? हाँ थोड़ा थोड़ा लग रहा है. No. Our being is independent of any known means of knowledge. The sense organs, the mind and the intellect, they do not operate in being. And therefore, there is nobody knower other than you. See? And that is why in this experience, an ego of wisdom is not born. In other words, we told you, the real spiritual practice is not becoming extraordinary. Drop all extra, including the fat, and come back to your normal state. But then we are so expert in becoming extras. See? So I am man, woman, young, old, rich, poor. In addition to all that extra, one more we add. These days I am spiritual. As if the earlier burden of the extra was not enough. See? Therefore, nigruhitasya manasa nirvikalpasya dhimata prachara satu vidneya supte anyonatat samaha. Now here another important topic is taken. Nigruhitasya manasaha nirvikalpasya dhimata. That mind, see how beautifully it is said. That mind which is nigruhita, perfectly under control. It is held. No more movement. Mind can move only if there is a sequence established. Let sequence be not established. Mind stops. Now in this, everything one is aware of, but there is no reaction. Nigruhitasya manasa. Then nirvikalpasya manasaha. No imagination projections. No vikalpa. Vikalpa about what? Be attentive. Vikalpa about whether I am or I am not. Is this vikalpa valid? When I am not, this vikalpa is not possible, there is no need to assert. I am. Two things, Nigruhitasya manasaha and Nirvikalpasya manasaha. And the third, Dhimataha manasaha. And the third is Dhimataha, the one which is attained by Viveka, discrimination, Dhimataha, Buddhimataha. It's not by force. Pranayam, taking drinks and drugs, again shouting no means no, 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 no. See, there is a great saint, Sohra. She writes in her Abhanga, Vivekachi aselo ol. See? And this is because satsanga. Then in that, don't add your kichad, chikhal. See? On the foundation of discrimination as established by study of scriptures. So nigruhitasya manasa, nirvikalpasya manasa, dhimataha manasa, prachara satu vidneyaha. This is what is meant by the controlled mind. See. So it is not dumbness to summarize all of these things together. Three things you remember. Number one, mind is quiet, mind is alert, and mind is vigilant. Quiet mind, therefore fully available in the present. Wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. Quiet mind. Then the alert mind. We are not leading in a trance. No. Awareness about everything that is happening around. We are fully aware. Nobody can take us for a ride. See? And third, vigilant mind. When we are interacting with the world, are we depositing any impressions on our mind or not? Vigilant. This is meant here. Nigruhitasya nirvikalpasya dhimataha manasa. Then prachara satu vidneya. This kind of state of the mind is called as amani bhavaha. The mind is no more a mind. And sushuptehe anya na tatsamaha. It is unlike the deep sleep. Because in deep sleep also, the mind is controlled, there are no thoughts, and you are at peace. So does it mean that we are told, go to sleep all the time? What is said here is available in Bhagavad Gita. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagrati sayyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pashyato munehe. To that absolute reality to which the wise man is awakened, he is sleeping to the relative world. But the ignorant people are awakened to the relative world, they are sleeping to the divinity. Wise man is this. Therefore, prachara satu vidneya sushuptehe anyaha. It is unlike the deep sleep. Na tatsamaha. It is not like deep sleep. Because in deep sleep also, no thoughts, no nothing. In this condition also, no thoughts, no nothing. See? But if you go to Patanjali Maharshi, there, the sleep is also a thought. According to him, there are thoughts, different types, vrittaya, panchataya, 5 types of thoughts. And one of them is the deep sleep. Abhava, pratyaya, alambana, vrittihi, nidra. Nidra, the deep sleep is a thought where absence of waking and dream is the object of knowledge. And therefore, aham kimapi ne janami, I know nothing. So that nothing of what? Nothing of waking and dream. Therefore, it is unlike the deep sleep. Therefore, this amani bhava is not all the time intoxicated. No, no, no. You are normal, but absolutely alert. See? Prachara satu vidneyaha sushupto anyana tatsamaha. Now, what is the difference between the sushupti and this ultimate state of our being? Liyate hi susuptetan nigruhitam na liyate. In deep sleep, the mind goes back to matter. Therefore, Yoga Shastra is Prakriti Pradhan. Yama, Niyama, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. This falling only in the Prakriti. This is not yoga. See, Samadhi, Savikalpa Samadhi, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, they are not yoga. Sampradnyat Samadhi, Asampradnyat Samadhi, they are not yoga. The Samadhi is at the level of the thoughts. See, when the mind is controlled with reference to time, space and object, deshataha, kalataha, vastutaha, dharana, dhyan, samadhi, it is only in the prakriti, the mind. Then what is the yoga? When this thing happens, then the mind dissolves in the pure consciousness. Tada drashtuhu sarupe avasthanam. Then it is called as yoga. Simply quietening the mind is not the end of the game. Therefore, liyate hi sushupte. So, in the sushupti avastha, the mind is dissolved in the prakriti. And this is what happens with many seekers. When they sit for meditation, after some time, they start getting the jhatka meditation. So what is happening? The mind is going to sleep. Going to sleep means goes back to the prakriti. Okay. Then tan nigruhitam na liyate. But the earlier mind, which is quiet, alert and vigilant, it does not go to sleep. What we call in Yoga Shastra as Rutambhara Prajna. Rutambhara Prajna means that Prajna where Rutam, the ultimate truth, is cognized. Rutambhara Prajna. See? So, liyate hi susupte tan nigruhitam na liyate tadeva nirbhayam brahma jnana alokam samantataha. This is the nirbhayam brahma. There is no fear. See? In our Kathopanishad, this point is brought out very emphatically. Na tatra tvam na jaraya bibheti. Bibheti means fear. Na tatra tvam na jaraya bibheti ube tirtva ashanaya pipase shokatiko modate swargaloke. So swarga is what? Swa means our own self, ga means gati. When we come back to our own self, there is no fear. There are 6 fears we all carry on our head. 2 fears are with reference to the body, old age and death. 2 fears are with reference to the prana, hunger and thirst. 2 fears are with reference to the mind, is the shoka and the moha, delusion and grief. So in our own self, none of them have any place, and therefore, tadeva nirbhayam brahma. No fear. Dvitiyatvai bhayam bhavati, Mandukyopanishad says. The fear is possible only when the sense of otherness is valid. In deep sleep, there is no sense of otherness. Therefore, we are not afraid. Even if a tiger comes to eat us, because we are sleeping and snoring loud, for the tiger there is sense of otherness. He will run away, but you keep on sleeping. See? Therefore, tadeva nirbhayam brahma jnana lokam samantataha. And therefore, once we have to know samantataha, once we have to know, you are ever established in the truth. In yoga, there is a word, yoga bhrashtaha. शुचीनाम श्रीमताम गेहि योग भ्रष्टो भी जायते अथवा योगिनामेव कुले भवति धीमताम एतद्धि दुर्लभतरम जन्म यदि दृशम. But there is no jnana bhrashta, there is no bhakti bhrashta, because in both the cases, in jnana, the one who started disappeared. Devotion starts with disappearance. जो थारी रहा है सो मारी रहा है. So whether you are following the path of knowledge or devotion, ultimately you disappear. Only he remains. Meaning, only the infinite remains, the finite superimposed disappears. Tadeva nirbhayam brahma jnana lokam samantataha. Therefore, what is that reality that we are talking about? Ajam, anidram, aswapnam, anamakam, arupakam, sakut vibhatam sarvadnyam, nopachara kathanchana. See? The truth is ajam, unborn. Each and every word is contemplation. Ajam, unborn. Now find out. Do we have the experience of birth? Ajam. Anidram. Are we not awake, waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi? Don't we say, I had good sleep, I had bad dreams, I am confused? So you are everywhere. In the waking also you are, in the dream you are, in the deep sleep you are, in samadhi you are. Where are you sleeping? See, friends, sleep is happening only in Prakriti. It doesn't happen to the Purusha. Ajam, Anidram, Aswapnam, because there is no sleep, there is no dream at all. From the absolute point of view, relativity has no existence. From the spaces point of view, there are no directions. From the water's point of view, there are no oceans and waves. See? So, ajam, anidram, aswapnam, anamakam, yato vacho nivartante, aprapya manasa. What name can we give to that which is without any form? When a child is born, the first thing they ask, what should be the name? See, I don't know if I told you, in South Africa, my host, his daughter was due to deliver. So we went for our satsanga to 5, 6 places, Cape Town, then Port Elizabeth and all places. So I told that girl, I said, hey, come on, you have to finish this quickly. Don't delay up. Her date was given 5th of December, I think. So I said, no, don't delay too much, okay? Because I want to see the baby before I leave. Why don't you do it on in a day or two? So they started laughing. Swamiji, aisa nahi hota. It's not like that. I said, all right, try. And see, as if God wanted that way. On Dhanateras, suddenly she started feeling uneasy. And what you call nurses were called home. And within 2 hours, exactly at night, evening, 7:42, that is the time for doing the puja, Dhanateras puja, a daughter was born. And garam garam, she came out and in my lap. For the first time, garam garam puri hoti hai na. So garam garam puri, yeah. Naturally, Swamiji, what name? The moment the form comes, name is required. I said, okay, name her as Lakshmi, because she has come on Dhanteras at the right day. But when it is not born, which has no form, what name can you give? Therefore, aswapnam, anamakam, arupakam. Then sakrut vibhatam sarvadnyam is ever self-element. See? No other knowledge is required to know oneself. And therefore, no pacharaha kathanchana. Therefore, nothing is gained, nothing is lost. Nothing is done, nothing is achieved. Na kuch pana, na kuch kona. My friends, our happy mantramala, chant it and reflect on that. Every day chant it 5 times, 10 times. Slowly, slowly, one day it will click. Otherwise, you have been doing japa for so many years. Isn't it? Om Nishya, 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 Jhatko Om Nishya ko. See? Therefore, Ajam anidram aswapnam anamakam arupakam saktut vibhatam sarvadnyam nopacharaha kathanchana. Therefore, it is ever self-illumined. We can never, never, never experience our absence. That eternal presence is our nature, actual nature, and therefore there is nothing to do and nowhere to go. Na upacharaha kathanchana. Upachara, you don't have to do to know yourself. In one of the texts we studied, probably Yoga Vasishta, the height of laziness is Paramatma. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Space is laziest. Let the elements go and who cares? ठीक आ गया है, गए, never mind. What a joy it is. But we are constantly reacting in this world. Therefore, a realized person is the laziest one in the world. So be lazy. If you are lazy, you are on the path. Sarvadhyam nopacharaha katanchana. सर्वाभिलाप विगतः सर्वाचिंता समुत्थितः सुप्रशांतः सकृज्योतिः समाधि अचलो अभयः. सर्व अभिलाप विगतः, nothing to talk. Vilapa is talking. Vilapa, alapa, nothing to talk. We are not keeping silent. There is nothing to talk. And therefore, you are at peace. Talk is always about our past or future. Stop that. Sarva abhilapa vigataha. Then sarva chinta asamuttitaha. Nothing to think about. What is that? One stupid question constantly asked. Swamiji, what happens after death? What can I reply? I have no experience. Can't tell you. What is? Tum batao maro and tell me. See? Simple thing. When we are alive, has anything happened? To us or to the world? Nothing has happened. So when you are alive, nothing has happened. Death के बाद क्या होगा? Nothing will happen. ना कुछ पाना, ना कुछ खोना. See? So sarva chinta samuttitaha. Then suprashantaha. Suprashantaha means what? One which is not disturbed by the ashanti, which is not enhanced by the shanti, is suprashanti. See? Nothing is gained, nothing is lost. Suprashanti. And sakrujyotihi. And therefore, sakrujyoti, ever eternal knowledge. Jyoti is prakash. Sakrujyotihi. It is not coming and going. Waking comes and goes. Dream comes and goes. Deep sleep comes and goes. Samadhi begins and ends. But there is one substratum. It has never come and never gone. To cognize this, click it. The only one way. Practice what it is like being space. Space is called in Sanskrit as Akasha. Akasha is formed from the root Kasha. So, when you add as a prefix, it becomes emptiness. When to that same Kash you add prefix as pra, it becomes light. So, Akasha is both emptiness and light. See? Something can exist only if there is a space. And if there is a space, something is existence, then only it is known. See? Therefore, this is Sakru Jyotihi. Work on this. What it is like being space. So, space supports everything, rejects nothing, doesn't get influenced by anything. Work on this. Not getting disturbed by all silly things in this world. So, Suprashanta Sakru Jyoti Samadhi Achalaha Abhayaha. And this is Samadhi. Now, here, the meaning of Samadhi we have to clearly understand. Samadhi, we are not talking about Yogi Samadhi. Samadhi is Samyak Adhiyate Yasmin Tat Samadhi. That which supports everything. That in which everything goes back. Mai eva sakalam jatam. Everything is born in me. Mai eva sakalam jatam. Mai sarvam pratishtitam. Everything is existing in me. Mai sarvam layam yati. Everything goes back to me. See, the water says, Mai eva sakalam jatam. The oceans and the waves are born in me. They are existing in me. And they go back to me. Therefore, ocean and waves, they are not the avayav. They are not the parts of the water. See, friend, this we have to very clearly click one day by God's grace. Like the whole space is not a part of the total space. In the same manner, we are not the part of the infinite. But when our attention is on the name and the form, we are reduced to a jiva. Therefore, Suprashanta Sakra Jyoti Samadhi Achalo Abhaya. Abhaya because there is no sense of otherness and therefore no fear. Graho na tatra notsarga chinta yatra na vidyate atma samstam tada jnanam ajatim samatam gatam. See? Graho na tatra notsargaha. See? In na chinta yatra na vidyate. In this absolute self that we are, there is no thought. Thought-free experience is the divine one. Mind cannot comprehend infinite. Mind needs some forms, some names. Both of them are finite. When names and forms are dropped, mind cannot think. For thinking, we require some reference point. Suppose I ask you to think about your husband or wife. You start thinking. Stop, enough. Then I ask you to think about your children or your parents. Again, the super express meal will start. Now think about nothing. Mind requires a reference. Reference is always that of the finite. Infinite includes everything, rejects nothing. See? Graho na tatra notsargaha chinta yatra na vidyate. In this absolute being, there is no possibility of any thought because there is nothing to gain, nothing to lose. See, graha utsargaha na vidyate. Graha to hold on to. Utsarga to leave everything. Nothing to gain, nothing to lose. Na kuch pana, na kuch khona. When I see the red color, is there a gain to the vision? When I see the blue color, is there is a gain to the eyes? If both the colors have gone, is there any loss? Waking and dream, does it add anything to me? Deep sleep and samadhi, do I lose anything? Think, my friends. But normally, Nanda ke Ananda Bhayo Jai, a lot of noise there. But that Nanda is sitting you, man. Nanda is Ananda. See? Nandana. Yashoda Nandana. Devaki Nandana. There is one very beautiful shloka about Bhagwan's this name. He doesn't give anything. Na, Nandana. Two times na. Na, he will not give you anything. Don't ask. The, that the is also cut by half na. Nanda. If he gets a thought, let me give him something. No, I think I should not give. And again, no. So Nanda, no. Don't go and ask anything from him. See, the devotee is lying so beautifully. See? So, graho na yatra notsarga chinta yatra nividyate atma samsna tada jnanam ajatim samatam gatam. See? This knowledge is jnanam ajatim. Ajatim, we are come to the unborn experience of just being without becoming anybody. Meaning, there is nobody like a jiva or the soul. This is the basic thing we have to remember. We are not talking moksha for I, liberation for I. No. We are talking about liberation from I. That is what we do. When I am fed up of my wife, so who is fed up? Husband. So what is the husband is wanting? Liberation from husband. So you divorce. Thereafter, but you are the same miserable. See. Therefore, Atma Sasam Tada Jnanam Ajatim Samatam Gatam. One has attained this oneness, absolute samata, equanimity, no mamata. This is what is called as Asparsha Yogo Vainama Durdarsha Sarva Yogi Vihi Yogino Bibhyati Yasmat Abhaye Bhaye Darshinaha. See, this is called Asparsha Yoga. Asparsha Yoga means you are not touched by anything. Like, come back, like the space. Supports everything, uninfluenced by anything. Asparsha Yoga. So, Asparsha Yoga Vainama, abiding in one's essential nature is Asparsha Yoga. Durdarshaha Sarva Yogi Vihi, but very difficult for the yogis. Because yogis are struggling only with the mind. Chittavritti Nirodha Yogaha Chittavritti Nirodha. You ask any yogi, let them put their right hand on their own heart, not on your heart. You will die. See, ask them, have they really attained 100% Chittavritti Nirodha? Not possible. It's only through wisdom, inquiry, viveka, we can go beyond it. See, the struggle is like a friend of mine. We were in Goa on a seafront and we were in the sea enjoying. So he came in and stood there with, his towel on and sitting. I say, hey, come on, get in. No, I'm waiting for the waves to stop. Yogi, waves can never stop. See, the only way is let the mind not touch us. See? Therefore, our Mahamantra, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? Suppose sometime you sit for meditation. Take a jhadu and clean the house. It's okay. Because what for you are doing meditation? Time pass. Jhadu laga ke time pass karo na. But why today I'm not able to do meditation? I don't know. And then you start your soliloquy loudly. I don't know whose face I have seen in the morning. I'm unable to do anything today. Wife, watch. How many times I told you, don't shave early in the morning. You stand before the mirror and you have seen your own beautiful face. The whole day is gone. So, asparsha yoga vai nama durdarsha sarva yoga. Durdarsha, very difficult for them even to understand this thing. Because yogina bibhyati yasmat. They are afraid. What will happen if the body identification is dropped? What will happen? See? And therefore you will see in the yoga philosophy, Sankhya philosophy, they are only talking about last life, this life, next life. Karma, karma, karma. Karma ashaya. That determines your next life. See? Therefore, the karma is to be controlled. So, for that mind to be controlled. And all these things will never happen. And the most wonderful thing, if you do this thing, you will have long life. For what? In the whole world today, the problem is not excessive birth. The problem is reduced death. Budhao like me, what is the need to live? Marta hi nahi. See, the whole demography has changed. See, friend. Now, this is you reflect on such simple things. Somebody lived for 20 years, other for 40 years, third for 80 years, fourth for 100 years, fifth for 190 years, sixth for 500 years. Whatever number of years you live, your childhood will be the same, is it not? And the real joy is only in the childhood. So, behind one truck it was written, may you live long and let your grandchildren torture you. See, friends. Therefore, yoginaha bibyati yasmat abhaye bhayadarshinaha. They are afraid because they feel, no, 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 no. You should control mind. You should be available. You can do good to the world. Forget about this world, I tell you. If you really want to walk spiritual path, don't get in this world too much involved. You'll see all those kinds of things which go on your TV, etc. Argument, logic, and we keep on. And after we have destroyed our time and peace of mind. They go together and drink together and enjoy. Public ko bevakoof banaya. Don't get lost in that, Maharaj. Therefore, manaso nigrahaya tama abhayam sarvayoginam dukkakshaya prabodascha apyakshaya shantirevacha. See, Sarva yoginam, of all the yogis, abhaya, fearlessness, then dukkha kshaya, freedom from the miseries, prabodha, recognition of oneself, and akshaya shanti, all that means undisturbed peace, is all possible only mana nigraha, by perfect control over the mind. But that perfect control is not gained through the yoga abhyas, but through inquiry and wisdom. Initially, yes, required. Just to give you an example, I don't know whether you do or not. I have learned so many things while washing my clothes, drying them, and doing ironing. That doesn't mean I can wash nice clothes and don't give me. So it's coming there. I am not going to do that. See? So, there, when the clothes are dried more than required and you want to do ironing, the wrinkles are very hard. They don't go easily. Then we sprinkle little water and again make more wrinkles as if. So these hard wrinkles become softened. And then you move the iron, it becomes easier. Exactly. Yoga abhyas, meditation, etc. This is like sprinkling little water on the mind. So slowly withdraw. And thereafter, don't be happy. Now I don't think anything. No, you have to think as to who you are. You have to think it. Don't stop thinking. Thinking is not a problem. It has to be utilized properly. So, dukkha kshaya prabodasya api akshaya shantari evacha. And by this only, one is able to attain complete fulfillment, etc. by mano nigraha. And this mano nigraha we have seen, it is unlike the deep sleep. We are alert, vigilant, and quiet. These three words you remember and work on it, you will be able to experience what we are told by Gaudapadacharya. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.